Hello, my lovelies. I hope you are all good. Today, I want to go a little bit deeper and talk to you about the importance and the power of affirmations. So by now, you've been doing your daily affirmations with me. You've been seeing my short videos where I declare something out loud, get you to repeat it, and try to get you into a habit of doing that every day. But I haven't actually gone into detail about why this is so important and why I know it's something that will ultimately change your life. During our time here in the Orange Room, I'm going to show you so many different things that have worked for me when it comes to not just changing my life and trying to be a better person, but managing my emotions, my mental health, my relationships, and my life in general. And affirmations have been something that I even forget to do sometimes. I forget the power of them. But when I do, and even through doing it with you guys every day, it's so life-changing. And I want to go a bit deeper, as I said, into why that is and why it's not just positively proven, but scientifically proven too. Please feel free during the video or after the video to leave comments and share how affirmations have been working for you or how you feel about them. Or at the end of this, when you hear some of the examples that I share, please feel free to share times where you've experienced the power of words in your life, whether it was for a negative or a positive. Our words are so powerful, as I keep saying. Our tongue is a steering wheel to our life. The things we say decide the direction we go. So please use this space to share and to encourage others and to just get things off your chest. This is a place where I definitely want you to feel comfortable doing that. And we're all learning from each other's experiences too. So please do. First of all, let's go back to basics. What are affirmations? I know it's obvious through my videos that affirmations are statements we say out loud and repeat. But why? What's the point? Why are they so effective? First of all, not only do affirmations inspire us, motivate us, and encourage us to take action and do certain things that would help us get closer to our goals, but they're also reminders of who we are, reminders of things that we can forget about ourselves when our confidence take a bash, or when we go through times of depression and anxiety. We might not remember that we're amazing, that we're capable, that we've been through and survived so much because we're going through sensitive times and times that just feel heavy. So our affirmations can remind us of who we are. They can help build our self-esteem and give us the confidence we need to face some of the obstacles and some of the tasks that we have to deal with every single day. We get uplifted by remembering these things and saying them. If somebody else can have the power to uplift us with a compliment or a word of encouragement, then we have to understand that our opinion about ourselves and our ability to build ourselves up should be more important. And if it's not, then that's why this is something that we must practice. Some affirmations can have end results contained in them. So if you're battling with, say, debt or the inability to focus or unstable relationships, some of your affirmations might actually be the end result of what you want to become true in your life. So I am financially free. I am debt free. I am focused. I am calm. I am self-controlled. I can manage my relationships effectively. I have lots of stable, healthy relationships in my life. You can talk about your goals in your affirmations and pull them forward, pull them into your life. Make them manifest. Affirmations also have a wonderful way of releasing fear from our lives. We can often walk around with anxiety, unnecessary worry, fear, and speaking life into ourselves and our situations can free us from that permanently. When we repeat these words over and over, they actually have the power to renew our minds. Our minds can actually be polluted. We can take in so much unnecessary information and believe so many lies that we need to have our mind renewed sometimes. And repeating certain statements and certain truths about ourselves can work towards doing that. And that can be very healing. When the nature of your thoughts change, your life changes. It's as simple as that. For me, and I know a lot of people probably go through similar, affirmations have saved me from intrusive thoughts that can self-sabotage me. Thoughts that I don't actually choose to think. They just dive in and cause me to go into a state of panic, self-doubt, worry, or worse. Sometimes these thoughts can be part of my imagination, wondering what people think about me, remembering something negative someone said about me. Now, when I speak the opposite out loud, I am actually cleansing and renewing my mind with my positive words. So affirmations are good. They're really beneficial. And that's why I am trying to make sure that you take them up as a daily habit so that it becomes part of your day-to-day life. So that you get out of the habit of speaking down on yourself and accepting bad news. Now, as I mentioned in the video right at the beginning, when I first opened the Orange Room, I put a video up called The Importance of Intention Setting. One of the things that I stated in that video when it comes to setting your intentions is the fact that it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. And this is true. I'm not saying that if you do something for 21 days, it's completely part of your life and you are, if you quit something, you're free from it forever. But if you can challenge yourself and commit fully, despite hardships, to the first 21 days, the rest of the journey in bringing a new habit into your life or removing something negative out of your life will be a lot easier. The hardest parts are the first 21 days. So, make it a challenge for yourself that you spend the next 21 days speaking life over yourself and catching yourself when you're doing the opposite and holding those words and replacing them. Like when someone says, "How are you?" and you go to say, "Well, everything's just so bad at the moment." Now, I'm not saying lie and say everything's fine, but just change the way you speak. Say, "I'm blessed, but I've been struggling." Or you say something positive. You just have a different spin on things. I personally say I'm blessed and highly favored, but I'm really going through a massive healing process, which is challenging at the moment. But I always make sure I try to start off with something that is true and is uplifting, because my ears are going to hear that and it's going to affect everything about me. If you move forward from watching this video, just knowing that you're about to start a 21-day challenge of speaking goodness and speaking life over yourself, I promise you, even after the first 21 days, the effects will be beautiful, wonderful, and life-changing. So if you haven't been if you haven't been doing the affirmations that I've been posting previously, don't get into a fluff like you've got to catch up on all of those. If you see any that stand out and you want to go and have a look, do. But get into a habit of speaking life over yourself every day. And you can start with our morning affirmation. I'll always post it in the morning. It might be a different time with the morning, but repeat it as the video says and carry it through your day. Bring it up when you need to. Push yourself for 21 days and see the changes that come about. Your words are so powerful. They have the power to bring life or death. There are so many Bible scriptures about this. You don't even have to be spiritual, religious, or believe in the Bible for this to be true. But for those that are and do believe in the Bible and what it says, there are countless scriptures that tell us about how powerful our words are and to guard our tongue well, to be careful, to be slow to speak, and to make sure that we think first. Why? Because our words have creative power. They can bring life, they can make someone or something flourish and better, or they can bring death. They can break someone or something down and destroy it. And what if that something is yourself? And you have the power to make yourself flourish or to break yourself down. What are you going to do? You've got the sword in your hand, you've got the weapon, and it's your words. So you've got to use them wisely. And if this is something new to you, then just practice it for 21 days and see what happens. See if the change is worth incorporating into the rest of your life. And if it's not, I'm sure there'll be something else that I post in the orange room that will relate to you and work. But this one, I stand on. And the reason I am so glad that I've chose to do it daily rather than weekly is because I need the reminder too. I forget the power of my words and slip into really negative patterns at times. But when I'm speaking life over myself, that can't happen because my word is so powerful. So I hope this really penetrates your spirit and finds itself at home in there. It can feel a bit awkward in the beginning when you're just there saying something really positive about yourself when you're not used to doing that. But you've got to break past that. You've got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you've got to get into the mirror and say, you are beautiful. You are beautiful and lovable. And you're just thinking you're not. You're annoying and you're ugly. Because we do all get thoughts like that about ourselves. If that's your predominant thought, then that alone is the unhealthy narrative that we're going to push out with this new habit. So you've got to be comfortable with seeing yourself in a positive light. And even if you don't, you've got to push past the awkwardness and speak positivity over yourself. You've got to separate yourself from your feelings because they're not always true, and make deliberate steps and physical action into doing the right thing for yourself and proving it through habit. Am I making sense? I feel like my words are all over the place because I just really want you to just understand that you don't have to believe in this. Just practice it. Just believe me. Do me that favor. You're here already. We've got some kind of relationship. You trust me to a degree. So believe me when I say your words are powerful. And if you were to just put some effort into speaking some goodness into yourself, you're going to see change. A lot of it. A lot of good change. So if you just believe me on that and challenge yourself, then we'll celebrate together. We really will. What we say affects what we hear. What we hear affects what we think. And what we think affects how we feel. So with that being said, isn't that enough? Doesn't that make it all make sense a little bit? Like, you know what? I feel bad a lot. Do I think about what I'm thinking about? I don't really take notice. Well, do I watch what I'm talking about and what I say about myself? When someone says to me, good luck on your driving test, do I say back, oh, I'm probably going to fail, but thanks? What is the tone of your self-talk? If someone says to you, you're going to be great at that, do you say, I hope so? What are you saying about yourself? Be mindful of it. Catch yourself. You'll start to see other people doing it as well, and you'll be like, hey, stop that. I'll give you a couple of examples where the power of words has changed my life. One's a bit lighthearted and one isn't. So little trigger warning here. But the positive one first. So I was a teenager and I got some perfume as a gift. It weren't a perfume that I used normally, and it weren't a perfume that I necessarily had an opinion about. I didn't know if I liked it or not. I think it was all right. But whenever I had a perfume that I didn't quite love, I would use more of it than usual because I didn't really mind that it would be finished quick, you know? You'd use more, you'd like douse yourself in it. So I was wearing this perfume, I was smothered in it, and I walked past someone and they said, not even directly to me, somebody I don't know, they said, can you smell that? That's one of the nicest perfumes I've ever smelled. I don't know this person. I don't know if we've got the same sense of smell. I don't know if they've even got a good sense of smell. I don't know if they even like the smell of poo. We could have a totally different opinion. But their words affected me so much. You could say it was an opinion thing, like I cared about their opinion, but I didn't know them. So I weren't trying to get an opinion from them. But the words I heard, that became one of my signature perfumes. I started to wear that a lot when I could afford it. So I kind of I kind of found myself in a way through that person's words. Their words brought life to me. And I do love that perfume. And it is nice. And I do have my own personality and my own opinion about it now. Another example, which is not positive at all, actually. I was on a bus when I was a teenager. Again, these all happened when I was younger and maybe a lot more open to shaping who I was. But I was on a bus and I was at the bottom of the stairs. It was quite packed. And some kids were about to jump down the stairs, but I was at the bottom of the stairs. So as I looked up and as they were about to jump down, one of them said, I can't jump because there's a massive girl at the bottom of the stairs. Well, that day was probably the first day I went home and started to look at my body in a negative way. I started to identify myself as massive, as in the way, as just I don't know, just such a negative big thing. I can't quite explain it, but this led to me starting to dislike my body. When I was a lot younger, I had I'd have like, you'd go into arguments and people would say, oh, you're fat or you're ugly or whatever. And my mum used to really reaffirm me. She used to tell me, you are the most beautiful in the world. You are good. She would really speak life into me. But at this point, when this incident happened, she weren't there. I didn't identify it as an issue that I had to go to her with. I didn't live with her at the time. I took this on board and I then fell into a very dangerous cycle of eating disorders. I remember that being the first time I started to take notice of what I looked like. I didn't think I was massive before that, but these cool kids on the bus did, and I was in their way, and I was the reason they couldn't have fun because of how massive I was. So it had a negative impact. Now, I know I had been through a lot. I was probably a bit more sensitive than your average Joe because of a lot of the trauma I'd been through as a child, but you don't have to be sensitive to have words affect you. They said in school that sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. That was the biggest lie. I'm glad that it was used to try and help us not get hurt by words, but the words really hurt. And so for that reason alone, I was aware of the fact that if I've got something nice to say about someone, I say it. If someone looks nice, I make sure they know. There are times when I'm a bit distracted and I might not be able to get it out, or I might not really be focusing, but I always make sure that I try to build people up, because you never know when the last time they heard it was. And knowing the power of words, why wouldn't I? So we've got to do the same for ourselves. These are just a couple of examples, and I'm sure you can think of times where someone has said something and it's really impacted you, whether it be good or bad. So they're not more important than you. Their opinion is definitely not more important than yours. So you've got to let yourself and your ears get used to hearing goodness from you, the one who matters, and let it change your atmosphere and the way that you look at yourself and the world. Where the mind goes, the man follows. And that goes back to what I was saying before. What you think about affects how you feel. And the way that the thoughts get in is by what you say or what you hear. So if you do hear someone say something negative to or about you, swap it with goodness. Someone says, oh, you're so lazy, man. Say, I am not lazy. I might not be moving as fast today, but I am not lazy. I am motivated, I am effective, and I am a good person. So you watch your words and watch what you say. I'm not saying to get abusive to people, but don't let people talk down on you, even lightly. If this is all feeling a little bit too spiritual, which it definitely isn't, but I can understand where some people just think life is what it is. What we say isn't gonna make much of a difference. I get it. But if you want to just separate yourself from the practice of it, let's get into a bit of science then. There was a scientist in Japan called Masaru Emoto. I might have pronounced that wrong, but he did a study which was to kind of look at why plants grow so much better when they're spoken to or when songs are sung over them. You know when people say if you sing or speak to your plants, they grow better? It's true. And he did some studies on water and found that there were loads of hidden messages in water. And part of that study was to talk to the particles in a glass of water. And when he did that and looked under a microscope, when words of love and nurturing and nice tones and songs were spoken over the water, the particles moved around really slowly and smoothly, and the edges were really soft and round, and this was how the particles kind of went. Now, when he did the opposite and spoke horrible words and nasty phrases and comments and harsh tones, the water was like jagged and all the edges were spiky, and the water weren't flowing. It was like, now we are more than 60% water. So if you don't believe in the whole, self-development, speaking, spiritual side, which is not actually a spiritual practice, but it can seem that way, then there's the science. It affects your waters when you speak negatively about yourself. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. It affects your waters. So speak life over yourself and you feel better physically too. Now, as I said before, this isn't something that you just learn, take on board, and instantly changes everything. The conviction can change everything because you can identify that you can shape your reality with your words, and that's true. But practice makes perfect. So if this is something that's completely new to you, or something that you've never thought has to be part of your everyday life, not just a phase or a challenge, if it's new to you, then be patient. Picture yourself as a plant. If you put a seed in soil and water it and come back the next day and there's nothing there, you don't throw it in the bin and decide never to water it again. You come back the next day and you keep watering it. You just keep coming back. And then one day you look and there's a little sprout, like a little green leaf. And then you keep watering it. And eventually fruit comes that you can eat or bake with, or, just be proud of. Picture yourself as the seed and picture your affirmations as the water. That is how you will see positive fruit come into your life. Speak life over yourself every day. You might not see a green spout, but eventually you will. And that green spout could be the fact that you believe it and you feel better and your mindset's changed. You keep doing it and fruit will start to produce. Physically, your life will change. Your circumstances, your relationships, they'll all change. And it starts with just watering it, speaking life, continuing to do it and not give up. It's so easy to fall into patterns of doubt and to get tired and to get bored of doing something when you don't see the fruit straight away. But let patience strengthen you. Practice it, believe in it. When you believe in it, it's even more powerful. When you can picture the thing that you're saying actually being your reality, it has even more power. But keep going and you will see fruit. You don't even have to believe it at first. But your faith alone in knowing that you're doing something positive for yourself, you only need mustard seed size faith to do this. Just, Penny said it. She's asked as a favor. There might be something good attached. Let me do it. Or I've heard something about this. Let me try and better my life. That little bit of faith is all you need. And faith without works is dead. So having that bit of faith and speaking life every day is all you need. Consistency is key. And you will see the change if you stick at it and don't give up. Even when you're feeling rubbish and drained and bored. Don't get me wrong. If on day 6, you have a day where you're just feeling so drained and you don't say anything nice about yourself that day, you don't have to start again. You don't have to feel like you've failed the whole process. It's nothing to get obsessed with like that. Just the next day, get back up. Don't let it leave your life. Let this be something new that you do and that you share with others and that they even see. They even get affected by the way you speak and what you say. I'm not just encouraging you to make positive distractions when you're feeling negative. No. If you start your day with this, you set the course of your day. But just as an example, when you're feeling scared, worried, people don't just say, speak positive, think positive, just to make you get your mind away from the fear and the anxiety and the negative feelings as a distraction, is because those words change the atmosphere. Words change everything. Your words affect and change your atmosphere. When I said earlier that they were weapons, they are. You get an intrusive thought telling you that the job you're about to go and apply for isn't going to have you, or that the friend you're thinking of catching up with that weekend doesn't really like you. You say out loud, no, not everything I think is real. I am loved. I am capable. I am able. I am successful. You can use your words as weapons like that to attack intrusive thoughts and to attack discomfort in any way. Look at all the avenues. Look at how powerful our words are. If someone says something nice about you, say thank you. Don't say, it's only, like when someone says, oh, that's a lovely dress. I used to always say, oh yeah, it's only from Primark, or yeah. No, say thank you. If someone says, oh, I love the way that you drew that picture or jumped over that wall, I don't know why I thought of that. You just say thank you. Don't add anything negative over the top. And if that's something you're used to doing, then make it stop now. Catch yourself. You're feeling low? Remind yourself of how wonderful you are. You don't believe that you're wonderful? Think about times someone else has complimented you and repeat those statements out loud, even if you don't believe them. You can't remember the last time someone said something nice about you? Well, then look up positive statements that I've put in the affirmations yesterday, the day before, and the day before that, because they're all true about you, and I know that. So go and look those up, write them down, repeat them out loud. Keep repeating it until something in you shifts. You have the power. Your words carry it. You won't know unless you try, though. Get passionate. When I am in the video and you see me and I'm like, wow, you are not alone. You are worthy. I don't know if those ones have come up yet. My mind's moving too fast. But get passionate. Say it to yourself. You wake up one day and you're just feeling like, today's probably going to be rubbish. Say out loud, no, today's going to be great. I'm not believing that rubbish that tries to creep into my mind. Today's going to be great. I might have challenges ahead, but I'm going to face them. I'm not going to be defeated as soon as I wake up in the morning. This is my day. Have authority. If a loved one was around you speaking really low and negative and doubtful, what would you say? How would you drum it into them that they need to believe better for themselves? That's the way that you've got to treat your affirmations, and that's the way that you've got to speak life into yourself. So that's the importance of affirmations. And I've got a little task for you. Have you got a notebook or a bit of paper? If you haven't, run and get it. Pause this quickly. Get your notebook or your paper and note this down. I want you to write a list of affirmations that you are going to read out loud 3 times or 5 times. Minimum 3. 5 is great. As many as you can. I want you to write a list of affirmations and I want you to read them out over yourself every single day, as well as watching my affirmation video and declaring that one out loud. If you're stuck right now and you're thinking, what affirmations do I do? Well, you've got loads because I've posted quite a few now. So you've got a few there. And if you listen to the videos, I often throw loads of other ones out so you can write some of them. But here's a nice way for you to create some. Think of 5 things positive that other people have said about you. Are you a good friend? Have they said you're a good friend? Have they said you're a good listener, a good cook, patient, creative, beautiful, wonderful, artistic? Whatever it might be. You don't have to believe them, but think of 5 things that other people have said about you that were positive and write them down. Also, 5 things that you know are true, but you struggle to believe, like you are loved. You are important, you are special, you are valuable, you are unique, you are capable, you are able. You are here for a reason. If you don't know these things to be true, then I hope today's the first time that you believe they are. 5 things that you know are true, but you struggle to believe. Write those down too. Write 5 things that you want to be true. So it could be, I am financially free. I am patient. If you're not patient, I'm sometimes impatient, so that's my one. I am a great mother. You might not have children yet, but you want to be a mother or a father. I am a great father. I am amazing at playing the guitar. You might just be learning, but you want to be amazing. I am a pianist, whatever it might be. I've just named 5 there, but something that you want to be true. I am organized. I am in the job of my dreams. Something you want to see manifest in your life. And 5 affirmations that you can use for one particular issue you might struggle with. So if you find that you're bad at timekeeping and it can make you feel guilty or heavy or unorganized, maybe 5 affirmations around that. So I am on time, I am great at timekeeping, I am self-controlled, I am always early, I am never late. That's an example of 5. Or if you're somebody who doesn't really feel positive thoughts about themselves, if you struggle with low self-esteem, 5 affirmations around that. I am beautiful, I am acceptable, I am attractive, I am capable, I am worthy, I am valuable, I am loved despite what I think about myself. You know, just different affirmations that build you up in an area that you know you need to work on. And these affirmations might not be things that you believe yet, but things that you will be able to use to work towards getting that goal and tackling that obstacle. So create your list. That's a guide for you to create. You should have about 20 there, and if you can add more, do. But I want you to now have a list of affirmations that you use to speak life over yourself every single day. When you've done it, let me know. There's no rush. But do let me know when you've created that list, and do let me know how it felt creating that list. If you want to share with the rest of the group or under this video, please do. It's great to be encouraged by other people's journeys, and it's great to hold ourselves accountable and to go through this journey together. I hope this was helpful. I hope you get a bit more of an understanding why I'm so passionate about affirmations and why I want you to take this up as a daily practice and to spread it out amongst all your friends and family and people that you know. As you start to do it, they'll be impacted. And as you start to get great conviction about it, you'll be able to talk about why you do it, and even more people will be impacted. So I am sending you so much love and encouragement. If there's anything I feel like I've missed out, I'll definitely type it and give you a written version of what I've spoken about. But I am going to actually send something to you guys that you can print off. That will be a list of affirmations that you can use as a guideline if you are really struggling with finding and creating some of your own. And also just some points to remember about how powerful our words are, so that we can make sure that we are taking it on board and using it as something that can create our atmosphere, our future, and our life. So thank you for listening, and I look forward to hearing from you, and we'll speak soon. Bye. Bye.